Hello everybody, this is the Peace Security, and today we'll be taking a look at a new product that is Outpost Free Security Suite. Let me just open up the interface. Now this is a pretty simple interface you can get around pretty easily, but I don't see too much for the advanced users, not too many customizations. They have got some advanced settings here, however. So yeah, you can do just about whatever you want. So interface is pretty nice. Doesn't look that nice to me though. It's not that modern, but it's okay. It's protection that matters. Now, as you can see, real-time protection is enabled and everything's set to optimal. So they do have some different settings here. You can set it to maximum if you think you're really vulnerable. They've got a firewall, and they've also got an anti-leak. Now, this one has 4 security levels. By default, it's set to optimal, but I'm sure if you take it up to advanced or maximum, it's just about going to block everything. But this exactly, I'm not sure what to call this exactly. This is kind of some kind of a system monitor. I don't know exactly if this is kind of like intrusion prevention or behavior monitoring. I think it's somewhere in the middle. Most dangerous activities are monitored. Network access requests from changed executables are monitored. So yeah, something like that, some zero-day components. So I'll just leave everything in stock settings. I'll just show you that the application is up to date. And once this is done, we'll run our test. First, I have about 11 or 12 links here that I just grabbed from CleanMax. They're all pretty new, less than 24 hours old. We'll just try them out and see how Outpost defends us. Now, one more interesting setting that I found here is the auto learn mode. Now, by default, it is in auto learn mode so that it learns for about a day or two and then it gets back to normal mode. I just disabled the auto learn so that we kind of get to know how this application works. So I guess I'll be back when the update is done. There you go, the update is done. So I'll just hit finish, and that's it for the interface. Now let's just take a look at what it uses when we're not doing anything in terms of RAM. Now we've got 2 processes and both use about 20 megs, so it's around 40 megabytes of RAM usage, which is a little bit on the heavy side. This application does seem to slow down your system a little bit, but not too much. If you've got a fast computer, you wouldn't mind that. So anyway, let's just get started here. We've got 12 malicious links, and we'll just open them and see how Outpost protects us. Now for this test, I have got Outpost out of training mode. So let's just get started here. First link is an exploit. Doesn't seem to have any problems loading up. I don't think Outpost have got any kind of web blocking feature. Their protection seems to be more or less executable file based. So we'll see what happens. So far I don't think anything's got in RAM. Anyway, we'll find out. Next one's a Keylogger. So it's actually crimeware, riskware, whatever you like to call it. Okay, now their anti-leak comes up that application is attempting to modify another application's memory. And by default, it's selected allow all activities for this application. So I'll just hit the default setting. And again, it wants to do something, but There you go again, it says by default allow, so I'll allow. There you go again, it says allow all applications, all activities for this application. So I'm not doing anything, I'm just doing what it's asking me to do. It's telling me to allow it, so I'm allowing it. No problems with that. Now, some of you might think, why didn't I block it? Well, it didn't tell me to block it. And I'm pretty sure it's going to come up with some alerts like these on legitimate applications, so can't just block them by myself unless it tells me to. Now this one's dead, unfortunately, so we'll try the next one, that is a Trojan Dropper. This should work. Okay, it's some fake flash kind of Trojan. And it doesn't seem to have any problems in loading up. Next one, some crypt Trojan. So I'm pretty sure we've got some things running in memory right now if we take a look at the process. Okay, finally, an alert from Outpost, Trojan agent. I'll just remove it. Now, I'm not finding anything really suspicious. So let's just continue here. The next one is Trojan Delphi. And it's disguised as some kind of unknown extension. I'll just rename it to executable, and that should do the job. Now the next one's an adware, pretty high detection rate one, about 20 or so. Now the next one's another Trojan Dropper. Okay, as you can see, the adware goes into full screen. And now it's telling me that this application is requesting outbound connection. So I'll just hit the default setting. It says it's going to create some rules, so I'll let it create it. And there you go again, it comes up with an alert, but by default it wants me to allow everything. So I'll just do the default action. So we'll just let that run around, and let's try this Trojan Dropper now. It's an annoying piece of adware, as you can see. Should have been blocked by Outpost. Now again, I get this kind of alert, but again it tells me that allow everything. By default, that's what it tells me. It's getting more and more annoying as this test is progressing, so I guess I'll have to close this piece of adware here. We'll have to find that out. Is it there in applications? No, there you go. It's pretty well disguised. Any simple user could be troubled quite a lot by this. I'm not sure if this is the adware. It's taking up about 93% of the CPU. Not sure if that's the adware or the dropper. So I guess I'll just try to continue without having to close that, because I don't want to shut down the dropper. That way it may not infect the system, and we may not find out what exactly happened. So let's try the next one. It's another Trojan. Next one, some Win32 generic virus. See if this one loads up. Don't know what that did. Let's just run this Win32 generic, and then we'll try out this rogue. Okay, looks like this one was blocked by the real time. Or maybe this rogue, I'm not sure. Okay, this one. That's interesting. It appeared to be blocked the first time, now it looks like it's... Okay, there you go, it's found again. So it's not gonna work. So the last one's a Trojan agent, we'll just run it. So far it's not looking very good for Outpost, it's only blocked about 3 of the links. And the rest of stuff seems to be running right here. We've got this temp.exe, we've got a couple of processes here. This one wants administrator permission. And we've got another process here. So not looking good right now. So anyway, that's kind of about it for the link test. So I'll just reboot the system, run CCleaner, and then I'll just run Norton Power Eraser, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's take a look at what Norton has found. The first one, temp.exe, as you saw, it was using up about 90% of the CPU. It has been caught. And all 3 by the cloud. The second one is a startup item again. It's a bad file, and we'll just remove it. And the last one is not selected for removal. That's pretty strange, I don't know why. Okay, so I scanned it with the cloud and looks like it came up clean. So I'm not very sure what to do to this one. So anyway, we'll just remove the 2 things that it's found. And then I guess I'll just do a scan with Malwarebytes, and I'll be right back with those results. Okay, so Malwarebytes has found additional 5 items, and they're all Trojans. There you go, this one, that Trojan, not sure what we called it. Yeah, the Trojan Delphi, as it's been found. It's still there in downloads. Then we've got this Trojan, okay, it's called Trojan Dropper by Malwarebytes. And this Trojan VB agent is present in app data roaming. And of course, we've got this Trojan agent as registry key. We've got a backdoor. There you go, the first one, the exploit that we tried, that's actually a backdoor. And you can see it's done some changes to registry. And this once again made some files and roaming. So we'll just remove all of these. There you go. Outpost is going to ask us. So it basically asks you for just about everything. So it's not very user friendly. So I'll just reboot since we've got things running in memory. There you go. It keeps asking questions all the time. So I guess I'll be right back with scan from Hitman Pro. As you can see, Hitman Pro didn't find anything, so we finally got this wreck cleaned up here. Outpost certainly didn't do a very good job. There are too many misses, I'd say. And their anti-leak, or whatever you want to call it, is just not doing very well right now. Now, either you set it in auto learn mode and it lets through everything as well, and even if you change it to what I've done, then also it's going to recommend you to allow everything. So it asks you for everything, just about everything. It asked me about 5 times while running Hitman Pro and a couple of times while running Malwarebytes. So It's by no means a very useful component. They have to work on it so that it can take some decisions itself. And they need to have some kind of file rating system so that it can distinguish a suspicious operation from a legitimate one. Because right now it's got nothing of its own. It just asks you about everything. Now in case you want to block it, you can block it. But that way, if you're that experienced, why would you run the file in the first place? So I don't think it's very useful. So that was the link test. Now I have got some files. I've got about 357 files. I'll just run a right-click scan with Outpost and we'll see how many it finds. So I'll be back with the results. Now as you can see, it has found some things and the action is set to remove other than a couple of viruses that it wants to cure, but I'm just going to remove everything. And hopefully, okay, let's just select everything and hit remove. Hopefully we can do that. Okay, so by default, as you can see, it wants to cure a lot of files, so it's good to see that they do have a disinfect feature. A lot of security suites don't have this feature, so it's a pretty handy one. So it's good that Outpost have paid attention to that, but other than that, their detection rate, we'll just find out how good that is. So I guess I'll be back when everything's done. So malware processing complete. The scan and removal was pretty quick, so that's something I liked about this application. Well, but it's not looking very bright when it comes to the detection rate. We've got 153 items left over, so quite a lot of stuff. So that's a detection ratio of only about 57%, which is nowhere near what some good AVs get. So Outposts are still, stuck way down the bottom. Just gonna enable the antivirus again. So it's not looking very bright for Outpost right now. Yeah, it's a free application, you can play around with it, but it doesn't look like it's going to do you a world of good. Even if you use it, its protection is pretty bad. It's quick, it doesn't seem to slow down the system too much, but as you saw, just way too many misses to recommend this application. So that's it for this review. Outpost certainly has a long way to go before it can start to compete with the other free applications. So hope you guys enjoyed this, have a good day, and talk to you guys later.